Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cara-Mel, and welcome to Live. I'm so excited that you all asked for an encore of episode 1 as I shared my health journey and struggles dealing with breast cancer as we focus on the importance of gratitude. We're going to continue with part 2 in this segment, so sit back, hang out with me, and I look forward to sharing my journey. Peace and blessings, and stay tuned. Yo, I'm feeling this vibe right here. Drop the beat, Yo, I like my Converse high and my jeans dope. Empowerment of the people. My music brings them hope. Blessed with each breath I take. I choose to use my voice. Yeah, I choose to use my voice. Years ago, I thought I was done with music. That was no longer, so to speak, in my cards. But then life happened, and just like many, I dealt with the struggles of this life. So in 2015, I started putting that pen to that pad, and my music became my therapy. That outlet needed to voice the frustrations on my conscience. So now, I invite you to come along and join me on this musical journey, because this time, I'm not throwing in the towel. I know my purpose, and I won't stop until I play my part in bringing unity in our communities and shedding light on a world with so much division right now. And you ask who I am? Well, you don't know. I am Cara-Mel. Beautiful souls, how are y'all? I'm just checking in. I've been off of here about a week and a half, just really focusing on my recovery and my OT exercises and all that stuff. So I'm up to 4 laps, walking the track, or trying to do like 15 minutes on the treadmill, then take a break and 15 minutes on the treadmill. I'm not doing my little grandma shuffle anymore, but I'm not walking like fast either, I'm not doing that little shuffle jog either, but it's getting there. And I've been working on my OT exercises. I'm getting my arm up. Just want to let y'all know it's almost there. But I just want to give you like continued words of encouragement to never give up. Psalms 71:16 says, I walk in the strength of the Lord, and I'm really keeping the faith right now, y'all, and doing my recovery time frame. And never forget, y'all, before you walk out that door today, put your full armor on. Love y'all, peace. One of the things that occurred for me was I started getting what's called cording. With that, it's like so I can raise my arm now, but it was like this line, like this cord is called, I think it's, oh my goodness, it's like, I'm going like blank right now, but I think it's auxiliary cord. Don't joke me, y'all, because I'm not a physician. But anyway, it's a certain cord, and but it was restricted, and also too, I had they found a little bit of a mild lymphedema in my left arm. So I'm so blessed, because when they had found that early, and when I read up on lymphedema, it was like, if you in stages 0 to 1, it can be reversed. And so I was on it. So many of y'all might notice, and that's the reason why, for like 2 years, because I had to wear it for 2 years. In addition, which you saw that black sleeve, that's why I had to wear that. I had to wear that for 2 years as part of my treatment plan, because one, it was to compress and to try to prevent lymphedema from getting worse or anything like that.
They say life is a gamble, so I guess I better roll the dice. Every time I spit hard, I'm really nice. I put the pen to the pad as I write through the good and bad times, as I rhyme to reflect my conscience, be my music to my therapy, as I know God's watching over me. Thinking back, what about
And I also too had a machine, a lymphedema machine that I had like the shorts to it, and I also had like the top to it, and it had connection. And so what it basically was flowing out, trying to flow the fluid out. So I had to do that like every day. And then when I went back like to work and stuff like that, it was kind of getting challenging. Like I had to get up, do it, and then I had to be a part of routine. And then there were some days, y'all, it was just like, oh my goodness, how can I do this? But I was very diligent, especially if I couldn't get to the machine. I was very diligent. As y'all know, that's why y'all see that black sleeve in some of those videos, because I didn't care. I didn't care about, how it looked or anything. I just knew if I make my 2-year mark, everything would be reversed. And I was happy because actually going into, I think, my first 6 months, on top of, I also too had to get a specialist, a physical therapist that specialized in lymphedema, and I had to help with the cording, but also to help with make sure that the fluid and stuff wouldn't get stuck there and swell my arm or anything like that. So I had straight up physical therapy for like 9 months. I had just literally finished physical therapy, y'all, right before the pandemic hit. Like March of 2020 was like my last session, and then from there I was able to kind of like knew what I needed to do in the process. So, and I was able to reach out to her if needed via email, stuff like that. So yeah, that's the reason behind when y'all was seeing me with the sleeve on, and that's the reason behind and with that said, that's why I always tell people, you never know what's going on with other people behind closed doors and stuff like that. So you just gotta be mindful before you judge people, before you joke people, before you mock people, things like that. Hey, beautiful souls, how are y'all? I just wanted to show my face and tell you how grateful and thankful I am for all y'all love and support. As you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is very important to me to stress how early detection, as I'm living proof, y'all. 2015, I had a lumpectomy. They found cancer, called early. Celebrating going into my 3rd year, everything was good. And then April 2019, a mammogram found the cancer, and it saved my life. It hadn't spread, so I was able to avoid chemo and radiation, though I had to do a mastectomy and among a few other things. I can't stress the importance of doing those self-monthly check exams and getting your mammograms. Peace and love and support to my male and female pink warriors and soldiers out there. Love y'all. Peace. So as we was going into from me transitioning from just basically making it and having my recovery and finishing up physical therapy and all that stuff right as the pandemic was starting, I thank God. It was a blessing. It was a blessing that God knew what he was doing. It was a blessing that it was found early. It was found at the right time so I can get the surgery, because I can't imagine, and it would have been in my mind. That's why I feel for so many people when this hit, they were like limiting surgeries and certain things, and if you got something in your body that that it shouldn't be in your body and you want to get it out, that's a mental thing that it's hard to kind of like not focus on and try to live a regular everyday life. I am here. Last part getting done. Reconstruction complete very soon, in about an hour and a half. So as so as 2019 was exiting out and 2020, I was trying to get back into the music, and I was like, I was like, I've been gone for a minute, and I wanted something that was like that bang to come back and do some things. It didn't work out with the label. We were just going into different directions. They saw me in a direction as an particular artist, and I saw God was leading me, flowing me to a different direction. And we were bumping heads, and it just didn't work out. So I decided that I wanted to it wasn't a good fit. And so here I go. I was, like independent, and I pretty much was like, okay, what's the next plan? What's so I was gonna do a Queen remix, and I was like, no, I want to do something fresh and something new. And one day I was in the car, and I was listening to my homie, my love his beats, Ceasar beats, and that's when I heard do 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 do. And I was like, I ain't no Maybelline, but I like to look as clean. And that's how Maybelline came about. I was like, this was the 1, 2, 3 punch song that I was like, I loved it. It was like, I liked the sound, and and it was birthed. So I worked on that, and I started recording. I think I posted something in my stories. We'll be recording right in March. And the crazy thing is, when I recorded that, it was like the same day that everything kind of was like with COVID, like, hey, things are closing down and this and that and stuff, like for my job and everything. So I was like, all right. And so I said, well, I'm gonna pursue and put for. I'm at home now, and staying at home and for the foreseeable future for a little bit while this pandemic is going and stuff. And I'm still in the process of recovery because I was still dealing with certain stuff from the surgery. Not bad things, just stuff that had to take its time to heal. And because I don't think I mentioned it. So I'm in the video, I think I mentioned a little bit, but in the second one, but if not, I went with the procedure, of course, a mastectomy, but it's called a deep flap. And so the crazy thing is, the same year that I decided I want to go vegan is the time, of 2019 is when I found out that the cancer came back, and I knew I didn't want to get like implants. Y'all know me. I'm into a lot of holistic things. I've studied so many things over the years, and had a holistic physician for like 10 plus years and stuff. So, but like I said, I still have my Western doctors too. And, but like, I basically decided on getting what's called a deep flap, and my doctor, who is so gracious, love him to death, he referred me to a physician and that could do it. And basically a deep flap is like taking fat tissue, y'all, like whether from your butt, your thighs, or your stomach. So I went with the stomach, but the thing was, y'all, like I told y'all, remember, I had went vegan. I was like 3 weeks into vegan, no, 2 weeks into vegan, no, it was 3 weeks into veganism. And because I also taught classes and personal training, stuff like that, I kind of like I should know better. I kind of didn't counter think all the things of like, okay, you teaching these classes, but you're gonna be working out too, and you switching your diet. So like in 2 weeks, I ain't gonna lie, I lost like 12 pounds. And he was like, if you want to get a deep flap, you cannot lose any more weight, and also because he was gonna take it from my stomach, so I was like, all right. So I tried to go back, y'all, to just eating regular, not like bad or nothing. I've never been a bad eater. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I went ahead and tried to eat a cheese pizza or just a pizza in general. Within an hour, I had a headache. I was not feeling well. I think I was nauseated, everything. I was like, oh no, we can't do this. So I had to figure out a way of how to stay vegan. And I just had to like start pouring on the protein, pouring on certain things, more beans and rice, more everything. You hear me? To keep the weight on and to try to gain weight. When I tell y'all, when I was going into that surgery, I barely made it, but I had enough. The plastic surgeon said I had enough. So I said, thank you, Jesus.
Cara-Mel. I ain't no Maybelline, but I like the look is clean. I ain't about that cream, I'm more about live that dream. I ain't no Maybelline, but I like the look is clean. I ain't about that cream, I'm more about live that dream. This the new age, we the new slaves. Recession never left, eating off minimum wage. Like billers do, yeah, it's all the same. Cause God only knows how to keep my mind sane.
So moving forward, dropped Maybelline May 1st of 2020, and that was like basically what, 2 months after kind of like finishing up, like I said, the physical therapy, all that stuff and things. And I still had to take it easy because I had that deep flap. My abdominal area was still like sore because the way they cut it is like basically pelvic to pelvic, and so, you know, it was still tender. And it was not until though I could start doing crunches and stuff like that, I had to be very careful because I still was feeling the pulling and things like that. So it wasn't probably until I stopped feeling the I guess the rebuilding of the nerves and stuff like that, as well, it takes place too. But so it wasn't probably until late 2020 when I could say it finally was subsided. Maybe like fall 2020 when it finally subsided. As far as like not feeling nothing, no pulling in the abdominal area, anything like that nature. So, you know, I have, and I'm very transparent. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I have like those scars to prove it, but it's beauty scars, I call it. Scars to remember the blessing and how grateful and how to be thankful for, you know, being on this earth and what God has got me through thus far. And so I hope that you know, appreciate just me sharing this journey with you, and those who are my pink warriors who are out there. I want to tell you all, stay encouraged. You know, I'm for you. You can always message me. I try to make sure I respond to people as much as possible. You can email me if you want to just pray together, anything. Like if you just need a word of encouragement, I'm all for it, because, you know, sometimes some people, I can't imagine, to be honest with you, the stuff that I've been through over the years without having that family support, without having those friends, without having, most important, the Most High. And that's why I am the way I am, y'all. And I'm not unapologetic about it. You get what you get with me, you know. I'm just me. And so I hope you enjoyed this segment, and y'all, I can't wait. We'll be with gospel recording artist, singer-songwriter, well, shall I say award singer-songwriter, Lisa Powell. And we've been knowing each other for so long, and she has her own journey as well, in music and personal. And so I'm looking forward to y'all seeing her sing on the show, but also to sharing her journey. And so also to y'all, before I forget, because of the pandemic and things like that, there will be a mixture of the show this season. It'll be some virtual interviews and there'll be some in-person interviews. So, you know, we're gonna mix it up a little bit and all that good stuff.
You know, it's okay. Be authentic. It's okay. Hey, if you got, you know, curly hair, you got curly hair. You know, if your hair is short, it is what it is. You know, if you short and stocky, it is what it is. There is someone. One is a unique person out there for you that God has already ordained as your kingdom spouse. He has ordained that's the one that's for you. And so you ain't got to go out here and be trying to, like, you know, looking glamorous and idolizing these chicks that's on these social media, stuff like that.
All right, y'all. So y'all know how I like to end the show. Even though it's season 2, I just love to write. I do a lot of journaling, and I would also to suggest to anyone, if you need to like pour out anything, your feelings and stuff like that, writing is one of the best things. Just get a book, get a book from the Dollar Tree or whatever. Just get a notebook and just start writing down your feelings, writing how you feel and things like that. Sometimes, like for me, I say for the longest time, I'm a writer. I express better on paper, like from poetry to like just writing a letter to someone to tell them how I feel, or just writing and journaling about my day and how I'm feeling, and it helps. It really does help, especially during this season. Anyone that may feel alone or anything like that, I just encourage you to just write and just talk to the Lord. He's always listening. He knows all, sees all. He knows how you feel and if you're hurting. And so, all right, I'm gonna read this. It's on my computer, y'all, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm so excited. Please join us again for next week's show when we kick it off with Lisa Powell. And so here we go. So this is what I wrote for the beginning of the year. Wow, can you believe it? 2022 is here. The other day I had come across a quote that stated, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, but it was saying how just making it from January to December was a blessing, as it was referring to the rapid increase of COVID. And real talk, I sat there a moment and thought about the significance of this one statement. See, before the pandemic, many of us were so much on the go. We never really stopped to learn how to appreciate the beauty in the small things that we took for granted in our lives. However, just about 2 years into COVID, the shift of the mind and the way we as people are looking at life now has changed dramatically. But honestly, for the better. Though I continue to pray for a safer tomorrow for us and wish we all could wake up from this cinema, for many of us, these sudden alternating life-changing events has forced us as individuals to reflect on what is truly important and valuable in their lives. For most, it has been an awakening where people have come to the realization that having a new car, money in the bank, and even multiple houses don't really mean nothing if you don't have your health or your loved ones on this planet to share it with. So I encourage everyone to sit back and be grateful for being among those who are able to open their eyes to see another day and year. Happy New Year. And I want to reflect on this. I want you all to reflect on this. I always try to do a scripture at the end. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Know that you have a bright future ahead. Peace and blessings. Peace, love, and unity. Love y'all.
Yeah, but I started on the street corners growing up in Elton, Maryland with my homies.
All right. So when you used to do that on the corners, like, did you know, like, hey, I wanted to do this for a career, just in general, or it just kind of like, oh, it's a hobby, it's like whatever, yeah, I can sing, but oh well.
No, I just I never thought about, I don't know, I never really thought about it. I always loved children, and I know I always wanted to work with children.
Okay.
So to me, we were just having fun. But then at the age 13, I remember sitting down and writing a song. I wrote my first song at the age 13. And I just thought that was so exciting. Girl, I didn't know if it was lined up right. I didn't know what was going. All I knew was I had put something on paper and I was singing my little heart out. So but I didn't realize that I really had the ability to write, because like I said, at 13, I just put something on paper.
Yeah. Come ride with me. I ain't no Maybelline.